I get asked a lot of questions about commas. Often my students will say, this looks like a lot of commas in this sentence. Can that possibly be right with all those commas? And the answer is, it depends. As long as each of those commas is following a comma rule, then you're good to go. There's a few ways to use commas on the ACT English section, so let's break it down. The first way to use commas would be to make lists. This one's kind of obvious, so I won't spend a whole lot of time on it. But an example of this would be, I would describe Bethany as sweet, comma, silly, comma, and sensitive. Easy enough. The second way to use commas would be to separate dependent clauses from independent clauses. Dependent clauses being incomplete thoughts and independent clauses being complete thoughts. An example of this would be last night, comma, I went to the movies. Note that this rule is really just to separate a dependent clause from an independent clause, meaning I could not have dependent, comma, dependent, and I definitely could not have independent, comma, independent clause. Neither of those work. Third rule is this one, independent clause, comma, conjunction, independent clause. Remember when I said you couldn't do independent clause, comma, independent clause? That's still true. And here it's different because we added a conjunction. That's the only way this rule would work. An example of this would be, the test was fairly easy for me, comma, and that took a great weight off my chest. Note that if you're going to connect two independent clauses with a comma, you need the conjunction with it for it to work. If you're not going to have a conjunction with it, then you need to choose some other kind of punctuation, maybe a period or even a semicolon. The last way to use commas would be for appositives. If you're not familiar with the word appositive, here's an example of one. Clifford, comma, the big red dog, comma, eats a lot of food. Our appositive would be the phrase enclosed in commas, the big red dog. If it's an appositive, you should be able to take that phrase out of the sentence and leave a grammatical sentence. Clifford eats a lot of food is a grammatical sentence, so I would call that phrase in the middle an appositive. This is blocked off by commas, or it could even be blocked off by dashes. I hope that was helpful. Remember that the ACT English asks a lot of questions about commas, and you will see questions where they're used incorrectly. So take the time to memorize the rules we learned about today and to practice them. Hi, I'm Mary. If you liked this video, then you'll love the ACT course I helped author with Achievable. Achievable includes everything you need to get a top score. We have a comprehensive online textbook, more videos just like these on dozens of key topics, a built-in study planner to keep you on track, hundreds of chapter review questions, and plenty of full-length practice exams. Our courses are competitively priced, and you can try them out for free first to see if our style is the right fit for you. Follow the links below to get started.